Hello everybody, welcome to IT Skills channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to deploy VM simply inside Nutanix. It's extremely simple and easy. We're gonna do this. So first things first, you can see this is inside my Nutanix. I have to go underneath the drop-down menu and click on VMs. And then from that point on, right-click, Launch Console if it's not powered on. And then that's what you need to do. But before that, let me show you what we did to configure this VM. So first, let's shut it down. I can show you the settings of what this VM is all about. So first things first, whenever this shuts down, we will take a look at how to even boot to from a CD-ROM. That's very interesting, and that's something that you need to know before you do all the advanced stuff. So the machine is down right now. And now we're gonna go ahead and right-click on Update. This is gonna bring up the properties. You can see here, this one I give it for vCPU, and I also give it to, what else I did? I went ahead and give it to 4 CPU per core, and then told it to give memory. And then overall, this is what he has, is a UEFI. He has a CD-ROM of Windows Server, and then the driver for Nutanix, and then 2 hard drive, 120 gig and 100 gig. One for MDT and one for something else, or for the OS. So that's simply what we have, and then we have the network here, and that's it. The network is gonna allow us to set, we don't even have a private IP or anything like that. We're just letting the host assign IP by individually. So that's all we have. Now let's hit save. We didn't change anything anyways. Right click, power on. All right, the machine is powered on right now. Right click again, and then we're gonna connect to the launch console. And then we're gonna reboot because we wanna hit exactly when the CD-ROM boot is initialized. Right now we missed it by a couple seconds, so we wait for this to reboot. Now it's ready. Let's hit Enter key or any key. Then now this is booting up from the CD-ROM. If you configure the CD-ROM as a priority device, then you'll be able to boot directly from it. If you don't, then you have to click on boot option and then select it. In this case, we set up our VM in a way where the CD-ROM is the primary boot device, so there's no problems there. All right, so now it's loading the driver. We just wait patiently until this is done. All right, this is what you get. This is normal, so you're gonna have to click on next for the Windows language if you agree with the language setup. If this is something that complies to your country and state. In this case, if your language is different, then you want to make sure that you choose a proper language from the drop-down menu. I'm good with English, so we're going to hit next with the next everything. Then now we're going to hit I agree, install Windows Server, and then we're going to say I don't have a product key because we're using the trial version. If you have product key, I still don't recommend you enter it from there. You should enter it once everything is set up. And then hit next. We're gonna do the desktop edition, as you can see. We're gonna hit accept for the EULA and license terms. It's gonna scan the disk, but it's not gonna find any. This is normal. We're gonna hit load driver or load disk. We're gonna choose the Nutanix ISO driver. We're gonna choose the Nutanix ISO driver. Select here. Then we're gonna select one driver. The most important driver in here should be the pass-through driver. We're gonna install that. That should allow us to see the disk. There you go. It does let us see the disk. We're going to choose this one as OS disk, and then disk 0 as MDT or whatever service we want to deploy. So hit next. We're going to hit keep everything and install. Now we wait. This is going to take approximately 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that, it should be done. So this is, again, a simple video on how to install Windows Server. This is good. This is going to begin your journey as IT administrator. It's going to help you, become better at deploying server. This is the basic as you can get. It's a little caveat here and there, but it should be very simplified.
A lot of the creators are not even serious. They don't even mean what they believe. Influencers really believe what they say. Do they really believe everything, or are they just pandering to their crowd? So they're out there putting up their drama, and then you got the Gen Alpha and Gen Z who are taking all of this literally, and they think it's real. And then they go crazy on this stuff, and it's like, hey, people are just out here collecting their AdSense. They're just collecting their sponsorship money. they're just getting
Daddy,
attention.
look!
I see.
That's the Spinosaurus Saints talking about. This is the Spinosaurus Saints talking about.
Yeah, I know. Keep it down. No more talking. Yes, so now we are ready to put in our administrative password. This is one of the final pieces you have to do to secure the server. And do not forget this password. You will need this for logging into the server. And until you join the server to the domain, you need to have this server, this password. And in some instance, if you decided to get the server out of domain, you also need this password. So don't forget it. Now that we're here, we can actually go full screen mode, log in to the server, and with a password. Once that password is logged into it, it's loading right now. All right, so we're ready now. So we can hit accept. We're now successfully installed server 2025. And that is pretty much what you have to do to deploy a VM. Notice a couple things we have to fix. When I was deploying this, I purposely did not install all the drivers, and we have to fix that. So let's come over here to this PC, right-click properties. We're gonna scroll down to device manager. We're gonna right-click, update driver. We're gonna say from browse my computer for driver. We're gonna browse. We're going to select Nutanix, Windows 11, 64, boom. Next, it will install the Ethernet drivers so we can actually connect the machine to the internet. Same thing here, browse next. It's gonna install the PCI driver, boom. So everything is good now. The machine is successfully connected to the internet. We gotta do a couple cleanup and then we'll be done. So the next thing now we need to do is go to control panel. Let's configure IP address first. This is what we need to set a static IP for the machine. So the machine will allow us to keep the same IP consistently because we're trying to deploy a service. So we don't want this machine to just have a DHCP. So we're going to type in our IP address, put in the DNS, and then put in the first domain controller. We only have one in this case. We need to do a couple more. And then we're going to do, that's just for now. We're going to leave it and it should work. It should say internet access in a bit. Assuming the IP is not already taken. I got a feeling the IP is already taken. So let me reprogram this to a different IP. All right, let's check something. So we are pinging Google. Our IP is going to be .7, so that's perfectly fine. So for whatever reason though, I need to fix this because you can see here, ipconfig/all. It's yielding that this says duplicate IP, so we need to change that. Definitely don't want duplicate IP, so we need to go back to about 6. Is that okay? So this is, we have IP conflicts here. I may have to go to, so I think the whatever IP I had before worked. 6, let's leave it 6. So we're gonna leave this as 6. And if I do this, it's pretty happy. Perfect. So now we did that. We're gonna need to do 2 more things. We're gonna go ahead and enable RDP so we can connect the machine remote desktop style. Boom. Then we're gonna need to rename the PC TK1DT02. We're gonna reboot it actually right now, and then we're gonna log back in. And then after that, we're gonna join the computer to the domain. We call it a day. That's it. That's from step 0 to finish. Now, as a beginner to deploying server, you have now configured basics. You install the operating system. You went ahead, configure your IP address. You rename the computer. You have you remember your default admin password you created. Now you can log back in and you're going to join the machine to a domain. This is one of the final pieces to complete your mission to deploy the server. All right, then now let's go ahead, go to for this computer, right click properties under this PC. Then we're going to click on domain and workgroup, change. We're going to join our domain, which is ithky.org. Enter the admin credential prompted for, and then type in the domain credential account. And now we says welcome to SASCorp, welcome to ithky. Now we says welcome to ithky.org domain. That's what you wanted. You're gonna hit enter, hit close, restart, and then we're good. Now we're gonna add this server we deployed into our part of our deployment server. So we're gonna add the IP address of the server and the name, and then we're finished. Now we don't even go to that screen. We're gonna just simply connect to the server from this screen over here. As soon as it's finished rebooting, it is rebooted, hit yes, and we're in. So this is it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. It's simply a quick video on how to deploy a server using Nutanix. Some of you who are beginning to Nutanix Community Edition, other Nutanix versions, you can now know how to deploy it. And even if you're not in Nutanix, the concept of deploying server from scratch. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope you continue your journey and keep learning more on IT administration. And in the future videos, we can incorporate AI and other things to do this better. But for now, that's all I have for you guys. And stay tuned for more videos. Take care. Subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.